In ancient China, in a small village nestled between rolling hills and terraced rice fields, lived an old farmer known throughout the region for his unusual wisdom. While his neighbors celebrated every stroke of good fortune and lamented every misfortune, this farmer remained remarkably calm through all of life's endless ups and downs. The farmer owned a magnificent horse, the only horse in the entire village. This beautiful creature helped him plow his fields, carry his heavy harvest to market, and provided transportation across the vast countryside. The horse was, quite simply, his most valuable possession and the envy of every farmer for miles around. One crisp morning, the farmer awakened to discover his stable empty. During the night, his prized horse had somehow broken free and vanished into the misty mountains beyond the village. The entire community gathered around his home, their faces filled with sympathy and concern. "What terrible misfortune has befallen you?" his neighbors exclaimed, shaking their heads in dismay. "How will you plow your fields before the rains come? How will you carry your rice to the distant market? Without your horse, you'll surely face hardship this winter. This is the worst possible luck." The old farmer listened patiently to their worried voices, his weathered face calm as still water. With a gentle smile, he replied simply, "Maybe so, maybe not. We shall see what unfolds." His neighbors exchanged puzzled glances. Had the shock of losing his horse affected the old man's mind? 7 days later, as the first light of dawn painted the sky in shades of rose and gold, the farmer heard the familiar sound of hoofbeats approaching his home. His beloved horse had returned, but he was not alone. 7 magnificent wild horses followed behind him, their coats gleaming in the morning light. The village erupted in celebration and amazement. "Look at this incredible fortune!" the neighbors cheered, gathering around the expanded paddock. "Your one horse has become 8. You're now the wealthiest farmer in 3 villages. You could sell these beautiful horses and live like a king for the rest of your days. What amazing luck has blessed you!" The farmer's son, a strong and capable young man who was the pride of the village, was eager to train the spirited wild horses. He was known for his skill with animals and his fearless determination. The following morning, the son attempted to break the most spirited of the wild horses. The magnificent creature, unused to human touch, bucked violently and threw the young man hard to the ground. The sickening crack of breaking bone echoed across the courtyard. The village doctor confirmed their worst fears. It was a severe break that would take many months to heal properly. The son would walk with a permanent limp and never again have the strength he once possessed. "What a devastating tragedy!" the neighbors wailed, gathering around the farmer's home once more. "Your strong, capable son is now disabled. He cannot help with the plowing or the harvest. His prospects for marriage are ruined, all because of those cursed wild horses. What terrible misfortune has struck your family?" The farmer sat quietly beside his son's bed, gently holding his hand as the young man rested fitfully. Looking up at his concerned neighbors, he said softly, "Maybe so, maybe not. We shall see what comes." 1 month later, the thunder of marching feet and the clash of armor echoed through the peaceful valley. The emperor's army had arrived to conscript soldiers for a brutal war raging in the distant northern provinces, a conflict so fierce that few who marched away ever returned home to their families. Every healthy young man in the village was seized and forced into military service. Tearful mothers and fathers watched helplessly as their sons were marched away, knowing in their hearts that this might be their final goodbye. When the soldiers reached the farmer's home, they examined his son, who still limped heavily and could barely walk without assistance. "This one is unfit for military service," the captain declared dismissively, moving on to claim other young men from neighboring households. As the dust settled and the sound of marching feet faded into the distance, the villagers slowly gathered around the farmer once again. But this time, their voices carried a different tone entirely. "Your son's injury," one mother whispered through her tears, thinking of her own boy now marching toward an uncertain fate. "It saved his life." The broken leg was actually a blessing in disguise, the village elder said, shaking his head in wonder and newfound understanding. The farmer looked upon his neighbors with deep compassion, understanding their pain and the difficult lesson they were learning. "Maybe so," he said gently, his eyes filled with kindness. "Maybe not. Only time reveals the true nature of events." As seasons turned and years passed, the farmer's wisdom became clear to all who knew him. He understood something profound about the very nature of existence itself. What appears to be tremendous good fortune may plant the seeds of future challenges, while what seems like devastating disaster may open unexpected doors to blessings we never could have imagined. The farmer had learned not to judge each moment as the final chapter in his story, but rather as one important page in a much larger, more complex book whose ending had not yet been written. In our own lives, we face this same eternal dance of apparent fortune and misfortune, joy and sorrow, gain and loss. The deepest wisdom lies not in trying to control these inevitable changes, but in maintaining our inner equilibrium through them all. When life brings us what seems like great joy, we can celebrate while remaining humble and aware that circumstances will change. When life brings us what appears to be sorrow, we can grieve while maintaining hope that this too shall pass and transform into something we cannot yet see. If this ancient Chinese wisdom changed how you see your current challenges, subscribe right now for transformative wisdom every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And follow Ancient Voices on TikTok and Facebook for daily inspiration that will keep this wisdom alive in your heart. Remember, in your life story, maybe what seems good is preparing something even better, and maybe what seems bad is protecting you from something worse. We shall see what unfolds. I'll see you with another life-changing story very soon.